Hi, I'm the Malt Activist, and today we're talking about the Glenmorangie 19 Travel Retail. Now, I picked up this Glenmorangie maybe a couple of years ago at the duty free during one of my travels, and I didn't know anything about it. It just said Glenmorangie 19 on it, and since I'm a huge fan of the Glenmorangie 18, I think it's called the Extra Rare, I was like, how bad can this be? So I picked it up and I brought it home. Now this is a travel retail whiskey, though I think you can find it in like regular shops as well now. Bottled at 43%, aged for 19 years in slow growth American oak. And when I did a bit of research, I found out that this is white American oak grown in the Ozarks, somewhere in Mississippi. Apparently the oak grows slower than regular other oak, and this is being seasoned with bourbon and has spent now 19 years in those casks before being bottled. As you can see, I've had a fair amount. And so I kind of already have an opinion about this, but let's see. Now that's what the color looks like. Quite strawy, very pale gold, almost olive. As you would expect, I think, from a bourbon barrel, I guess. And this one has spent 19 years in that type of wood. It's part of the Glenmorangie designer casks, apparently. And it seems like they don't use more than second fill, after which they deem the barrel too tired to be used. So this could be a mix of first and second fill barrels. Again, the recipe is kind of hard to find. I couldn't find it. All I know is that this was matured in slow growth American oak. Reviews everywhere that I've been reading about this is that this is generally well liked. Some even said it was flawless, which is a very strong word to use to describe a whiskey. I don't throw that word around a lot. But generally it has very, very good reviews, which kind of surprised me, to be honest, because when I first drank this, and I did open it up with a friend and we drank a fair amount, as you can see, almost half a bottle, we weren't very impressed. So I was curious. I was like, okay, what if it's kept well in the bottle for a year or so? So very honey forward, very sweet, quite floral. There's a certain maltiness to this as well. Cereals, lots of grains. I remember initially there was this nagging note of furniture varnish, which, if not done correctly, can be quite off-putting, and it was towards the off-putting spectrum, but that seems to have disappeared. Interesting. It's a decent nose, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it was decent the first time I nosed it as well. Yeah, just very honey forward, very sweet. Now hints of sort of earthy minerality as well. Overall, decent nose. Ooh. Decent mouthfeel. Quite peppery, quite spicy. packs a bit more punch than I thought the 43% ABV would. Again, quite cereally, quite grainy. Interesting. So not as bad as I remember this to be. Wow. So I think it's done well, sitting in the bottle for some reason. I know a lot of whiskeys that sort of age well once you open them, and then they take time to sort of develop more characteristics, and maybe this is one of them. Quite surprising. Now more tropical fruits, hints of papaya, some mango, touch of banana maybe. So, okay, full disclosure, I actually took this off the shelf because I was like, I spent something like £100 or something on it when buying it, and I was like, well, people need to know that this is not that good of a whiskey and they should save their money. But I'll be honest, after having it almost a year after I first tried it and letting it sit in a half empty bottle for a while, it seems to have done well for itself. It's by no means an exquisite whiskey, that's for sure, but it's not as bad as I remember it to be. Perfectly drinkable, not bad at all. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to take my words back. This is good whiskey. It's actually quite good. Designer cask and all that, from the Ozarks. Look, I think, we've spoken about travel retail almost in every other video that we've done, and I have a certain sentiment towards travel retail whiskeys, and it's that they're made, I think, purposely sort of one-dimensional, slightly low on character, not very complex, just so that the majority of the world's whiskey drinking population, the 99.9% who go and buy whiskey and they drink it, that it appeals to them. Obviously, because they're the ones that are buying in the numbers. And then it comes to the 0.1% of people like me who will sit and who'll ponder and who'll dissect and who'll have 20 things to say, both good and bad. So I don't think these whiskeys are made for us, which is sad. I wish there were whiskeys that were made for us, that we could sit and dissect and debate and ponder over. But that's okay, because brands and distilleries and mother companies, they don't make money from us. They make money from the 99.9%, which is fine. So yeah, decent whiskey. Is it worth £100? Depends how rich you are. Thank you for joining me for this interesting whiskey review where you saw me take a complete U-turn on my opinion. But I think that should just only show you that I'm completely honest as an individual. I'm the Malt Activist. Thank you for joining me for this whiskey review. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video, because when you do, we get subs, and everyone knows that we love subs. Peace!